Christian, theoretically, you can find a new color. All the colors exist in this universe. They exist. They're
guarantee
set.
you, if I Googled new color right now, there would be brand new colors.
And what's the new
They
color?
literally are
Google
coming
it.
out.
Then Google it. Google,
They
is it
come out with
possible
new
to
colors
find a
all
new
the
color?
time. Like new paint pigment, new this, new that. So many new colors. There's people's jobs.
All the
It's like
colors that we
ice
see
cream.
around us are a combination of the primary colors.
Primary.
Yeah. So everything's made of the same three colors. It's just different changes of the colors. You can't create a new primary color.
That's not what you said.
That is what I'm saying. You can't make a new color. So it's
No, you said primary color.
Yeah, primary color. So
what you're
it's
saying
that is
there's only
basically
4 colors
saying
now.
3 colors.
So there's not even a
5
white.
if
White
you
is not a
include
color.
white. If you include white, but
But you said
it's 3. So
But
what are
so
the?
black's not
So
a
are
color?
the 3? Black is not. Black is the absence of color.
I don't know about that. I would say it's a color.
Black is the absence of color.
See,
Dude,
now it's the absence of color. But
Yeah.
so if I have a black shirt, that shirt has no pigment.
Well, so if you think about it, what's really going on is the light reflects. So it's white light, right? That's why when light reflects through a prism, you get rainbow. You get a rainbow color. So you got the red through violet. Is it red? Red through violet? That's what happens. So the sun emits white light, to which we see different colors on certain objects because those objects they absorb certain colors. So the reason why we see the sky as blue is because the particles in the air are absorbing all other colors but blue. And that's why you put on different different. I'm gonna stop myself before I say something that's not right. But
all right, Matthew, I'm gonna call you on your bluff for new colors. So just give me a sec. All right. So Cedric, you said if you were to search up new color, there would be a new something would pop up.
Yeah.
I believe I spelled color wrong, but.
Can you pull it up? Can you share your screen to where we can see it on?
It's on YouTube.
We have our own Jamie now. We have our own Jamie. Young Wilson.
Yeah. Young Wilson.
All right.
I mean, his name's Christian. We might as well call him Christian.
From June 20th, 2016.
I like Wilson.
Today.com. I don't know how trustworthy this is.
What's it saying?
It's saying a new color has been discovered and it's beautiful from 2016, so it's quite dated.
Okay, so
that's a news page.
So that's what it says. Read into it, and what does it say in the article? That's what gets everyone going in the media. The media says all this shock value, and people only read the article title. They don't actually look into it.
Well, because that's their product, though.
If you think all the colors in the spectrum have already been discovered, get ready to swear a blue streak. Thanks to happy accidental discovery by scientists, our world has just become a little more true blue. Oregon State University chemist has Subramanian and his team discovered. I don't even know how to
a little more true blue. So this is a true
blue, named after the elements yttrium, indium, and manganese, while also experimenting with materials, electronic applications. Oregon State University reports in a press release.
So it's just a shade of blue.
It's a newer shade of blue.
So you mean
it's just a shade of blue. No, it's a shade of blue.
I've seen that, or it looks a lot like cobalt blue, and it's true. It's definitely blue. It's beautifully bright, but there's more to it if you dig. Hold on.
Our definition of new color is different.
New color.
The issue is our definition of new color is different.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me read this. Matthew.
You're arguing halfway through. It's okay.
The pigment
I'm not
forms
changing
in
my argument halfway through. I'm telling you the reason why we're discussing this and have an argument is because we have fundamentally.
Truthfully, I'm just going to turn them down so you guys can hear me. Anyway, The pigment forms in such a way that red and green wavelengths are absorbed and light reflects back only blue. It is super durable and stable and does not fade. Also, because of this unique structure, it can be used on buildings and roofs to keep them cool by reflecting infrared light.
Completely new color. And it has features. This color
It's
has
not
features.
a new color. It was an existing color that we hadn't discovered yet.
None of the
But he
pigment
literally said that it
ingredients
reflects
are
that
toxic,
light in
though we're not
different
suggesting you
ways
use
than-
them as a food ingredient. So using the
Cedric-
word ingredients means that it's being used
So Christian,
in... Yeah?
so Christian Cedric, is it wrong to say that this color did not exist anywhere ever? It was impossible to
Yeah.
create it until we discovered it, until human beings discovered it.
I would say yeah. Based on what this guy said, yeah.
Well,
it sounds like it's unique
okay,
in
so
a lot
with
of certain
this,
aspects.
all right, hold on. Let me find what this is called and search it up because it says there are ingredients to what make it.
Well, yeah, you have to put pigments and things to make
So
color.
what I'm saying is that everything has already been set. If just like mathematics, things existed, other planets existed, we just didn't know they were there until we found them. This color existed, we just didn't know it was a color until we found it. So I'm saying there's a set amount, or maybe there's an infinite amount of colors that we don't know until we
literally
find
have to
it.
Create
Nice.
colors, though.
Oh.
We
But
literally
you
colors.
create them with the primary colors that already exist. That's the
Well,
only
not
way to make them.
necessarily.
Prove me
Well,
wrong.
so, I mean, it's all
How
about
do you
what
make another color that's not within the primary
Well,
colors?
you
Christian,
added the
tell me,
primary
because this
colors
new color-
later on. Like we could
because this-
watch this. You added the primary colors, and that was a new thing to your argument. And I'm not disputing
No.
that they're based off a primary color range, and there's primary colors that humans can see, and that's the dynamic range, obviously. But looking at this, defining an actual color, what it actually does as far as the way it reflects light, which is what this is talking about, and like what we're talking about with colors in general, then yes, you can create a new color. Now, if you're saying, oh, well, there's only set number of primary colors, I'm not disputing that. So, are you saying
So
that you can
that's
make
what I'm
new
saying.
colors,
There's
or
a
that
set
there's
number of-
primary?
There's a set number of primary colors. Every color that we can ever see or find exists. You cannot create a brand new color that hasn't existed
color.
in this universe.
Well, I would probably dispute that you couldn't do that, but we just wouldn't be able to physically see it ourselves because we have a limited light range that we're able to see.
Sure. So for things we can see, for what we can comprehend and see, and because it's key that every color is made from mixing the primary colors. You have the primary colors, those are set. You've got 3 of them: red, yellow, blue. Right? It's red, yellow, blue. Every color that you can find or make is a combination of those colors. You can't make another color that's outside of that combination of those primary colors. That's what I'm saying. We can't
How
even
do you make
comprehend
gray?
the idea. Gray is a mix between white and black. So that's where it gets theoretical, because I'm thinking like in terms of everything's finite. I look at the world, I look at the universe as it's a game. It's a game with set rules. The rules have always existed. They're always there. As the players, it's our responsibility to figure out what those rules are so that we can better play the game, to better enjoy it. I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's where I think we differ substantially, because I'm a believer in, like, we know whatever we know now, but what we know now is going to be completely not true 20 years from now. There's going to be a whole different new reality of new things and new colors, new whatevers that we've never experienced before,
Well,
because we will
so-
have gained so much more knowledge and become better observers.
Yeah, but we could have found I mean, you said it earlier. You said, oh, you could have made a computer in the Stone Age, but we didn't, because we didn't have that knowledge back then. So basically, by that logic, we could have done whatever we're doing 20 years from now, right now, but we can't right now because we haven't gone through the necessary trials and turbulations to get to that point. So that point exists, and it's just sitting there waiting for us to discover it, not create it, discover it. It's just a matter of discovering enough things along the way to discover that thing in 20 years from now. But we can't make anything new. This is truly theoretical. This is truly
it's all about how you
theoretical.
look at it, because I would say that you're creating a new thing. Because I think,
But it's a tangible thing. Yeah, I mean, it's a tangible thing that can only be made. It's like a literal sandbox. It's a literal sandbox. You have to give sand. You have to put things in there for the kid to play with. If there's no sand in the sandbox, there's nothing for him to play with. That's what I'm saying.
I don't get your point.
I mean, I've had a lot of time to think about it. We would spend a lot of time discussing all this. It's very theoretical. If you haven't considered it, like I said, it's something that I've had to think about for quite a while.
Well, I think it's just more of a fundamental difference in how we think about things. I think you're much more like, this is how it is, like, it's broke rules, and I'm very much like, yeah, there's rules, but I look at it very much as all those rules, like, they're just going to be gone away. Like, there'll be different rules. We can accomplish anything. Like,
Well, what are the rules to you?
There aren't really any. I mean, obviously there's all those laws of physics, but I'm a firm believer if we really put enough time and effort into most of them, we could probably figure out a way.
To make your own law of physics?
Just to defy them. I mean...
Well, that's manipulating. That's not making a new one. You just admitted yourself to defy them, not to make a new one.
Like, those are laws that we, generally speaking, say that we cannot defy.
Yeah, you can't defy the laws of physics. You can manipulate them. You can't make a new one.
But we only know that now because of what we currently know. That doesn't mean you naturally couldn't. Because the laws of physics change. Like when Isaac Newton, the apple fall on the head bullshit, he didn't know anything about space. He didn't know that there was zero gravity. To him and to all those people for a very, very, very long time, that's just the way it was. And obviously, that's a discovery of something outside of yourself. But it's like, there's so many laws and all these things, but they change. And I think the fundamental thing is, we don't know what we don't know. And I think being open to ideas and not being like extremely rigid and, well, this is how it is, this is how it is. It's like, well, what if you could do X, Y, and Z, and then that changes the way it is? Because if you've never been exposed to it or don't even consider it as an outcome, then it won't be one.
So I mean, could you summarize what I'm trying to say?
Well, so what I've got from what you're trying to say is that there's a set number of laws and rules, and everything from when the universe was created was not necessarily predetermined, but all there. Like, it was a complete set. And everything was possible at all times, and there's a set number of colors, there's a set number of laws, and our whole goal is to go out in this world and discover what those laws and set things are.
Okay.
That's basically what I got from you, and you can't necessarily change them. And
so you don't think that there's a set number of laws and rules?
No, I think there's laws we haven't discovered. I think there's laws that we don't fully understand. And anything.
Yeah, but you have to